Also new at 6:30 tonight, a record year for the biofuel industry that could make it a victim of its own success. One of the most viable industries in the state could take a serious hit as the EPA plans to reduce the amount of biodiesel produced. King 5's Eric Wilkinson reports.
Growing up during the gas shortages of the 70s, Dan Freeman decided America's energy policies were like a clogged fuel filter. They kept stalling the country's progress. 25 years later, he became the first man to introduce biodiesel to Seattle.
I still say it's the simplest, most perfect solution.
Washington State has been a leader in the biofuel industry, producing millions of gallons of biodiesel and supporting hundreds of family wage jobs. But now the EPA is considering reducing the mandatory mixture of ethanol and biodiesel in our gas pumps by hundreds of millions of gallons. Something Freeman thinks could kill an important economic engine for Washington.
That certainly is going to cut off any plans of growth or future development.
But oil industry lobbyists argue biofuels are bad for the average American. They say corn and soy used to make gas drive up food prices, and the bigger the bite biofuels take out of refiners' profits, the higher regular gas prices may go. But analysts say cutting the EPA mandate could cost 45,000 jobs nationwide. Seattle's General Biodiesel is in the middle of a $5 million expansion, hoping to quintuple production and add jobs. But the opposite may happen if the EPA cuts are approved.
The constant back and forth action creates uncertainty for employees, for managers, for investors. So it's a time of great uncertainty right now.
As for Dan Freeman, he says he's losing faith that biofuels will ever succeed because the government won't let them.
It still has a huge potential, but until the people and government get behind it, it's not going to realize that potential.
Eric Wilkinson, King 5 News.
The EPA is taking public comment on the issue through January 28th. We've linked contact information to the story at king5.com.